Hello everyone, and we're back for another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals.
And today's episode will be all about the LEGO compatible Dinosaur Custom EUOPLOCEPHALUS. But first of all, I'd like to thank YouTube.com Audio Library for this awesome background music. And of course, please like, share, and subscribe, and also hit that notification button. Just click on the icons below. Thanks everyone! The winners for the Guess PC contest will be announced at the end of the video, but in the meantime, here's how to join. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and go to my homepage and click the community link to see all my posts. And on with the video! And so this is the custom EUOPLOCEPHALUS that I made, and here is Moira to join me presenting this particular dinosaur. So this dinosaur is actually made up of several armored plates and also scutes and osteoderms on its back. It also has a club at the end of its tail. Moira here is very excited as there will be other visitors from the Ankylosaur family for later in the comparison section. But let's now talk about the EUOPLOCEPHALUS. It is actually based off the novel Jurassic Park EUOPLOCEPHALUS as illustrated here by Hellraptor. Moira will be coming back later, but now let's have a closer look. Now zooming in on the EUOPLOCEPHALUS, you can see that the head is movable and that there are multiple shoots and also spikes on its back. These osteoderms are actually different in sizes and also different in height. There are two gigantic spikes on the front end and also those at the back. The head can turn this way 360 degrees and the mouth can open as such. You can see that there aren't any teeth details on it, but I'm liking it. It's very much reminiscent of a turtle. And of course, the arms and the legs can also move as such. And then the tail can swivel around. It's as if it's swinging its tail from right to left. Of course, it has this two clubs on its tail. Now, it is time for us to have some size comparisons. So here is Moira, a regular minifigure size compared to the EUOPLOCEPHALUS. In the illustration above, you can see that Moira, or the minifigure, is actually comparable in size to that of the actual EUOPLOCEPHALUS figure. Okay, now it is time for us to compare in size with some of its relatives. Oops, Moira fell. Okay. So, this time, let us first compare with a smaller relative, which is the Crichtonosaurus. You can see here that it has a little letter M on its head, meaning it's Michael Crichton, coming from that name. And comparing it side by side, you can see that definitely the EUOPLOCEPHALUS is a little bit bigger and longer than the Crichtonosaurus. I actually like lining them up together such as that because it seems so cute. Alright, so now this is time for us to compare with the Ankylosaurus. Now note that this is actually one of my earliest customs, the Ankylosaurus, based off from the Jurassic World LEGO game. You can see that it's purple in color, but I do plan to have a reversion of the Ankylosaurus once the bootlegs of the Ankylosaurus from LEGO is actually out. So let's put them aside and see the size comparisons. Okay, so you can see here that definitely the Ankylosaurus is a lot bigger and also longer than the EUOPLOCEPHALUS. Now these are actually all my Ankylosaurs put together. First the EUOPLOCEPHALUS, the Ankylosaurus, and then the Crichtonosaurus. So 1, 2, and 3. I do plan to have some more or additional Ankylosaurs to this lineup, so maybe you could help me decide which one is going up for next. But for now, I would like to know about your thoughts on which ankylosaur here is your favorite, or is there any other ankylosaur species that you like? But for now, are you Team EUOPLOCEPHALUS, Team Ankylosaurus, or Team Crichtonosaurus? Just key in your comments below. Now it is time for us to do Assembly. This figure is actually made up of 8 pieces. Let's pick up the head. Now notice that the lower jaw is already attached because it is quite tricky to place honestly, but you already probably get the idea. Alright, so let's put on the head and the neck piece on the body piece. Alright, now let's pick up the left arm or the left forearm. Oops, wrong piece. Okay, now let's attach the right piece. Then goes on with the left hind leg, and then that of the right. Now let's finish it off with the tail. Alright, so that completes the figure, the EUOPLOCEPHALUS Custom. Now I do have a few footages and also photos of when I was making this figure. So this is called the Extinct Bricks at Work. Now I started by looking at the figure and seeing what particular base figures I would be using. So I used this mini Triceratops as a guide, and then started already putting on the pieces to it. So here I am putting on some clay and also doing all the spikes on the back and also the osteoderms. Some of the osteoderms are actually made from foam, which I painted and hardened eventually. Every now and then I actually ask for assistance from someone. So this is Mike putting on individual osteoderm pieces on top of the EUOPLOCEPHALUS. I was actually filming this, but I do have a lot of work to do, and I was actually thankful for Michael to actually provide some assistance on doing the small parts of the customization. Now the osteoderms are actually placed carefully so that all are lined up together and that they actually fit or are similar in size for each particular column. Now here is the finished figure with the osteoderms and the spikes on it. And as I am already satisfied with this, I already primered the figure and already started painting it. So here is the figure being painted with the base colors. So I started with reds on top and of course grayish blue on the bottom side, as this is actually based off from the Jurassic Park novel and also from the illustration that Hellraptor created. I think Hellraptor is a great and awesome illustrator, so I take reference on some of his pictures. You can follow him on Instagram. I also placed his Instagram account on my description below. So here I am painting on the details of the osteoderms and the spikes on its back. I wanted the individual osteoderms and spikes to pop out of the back of the EUOPLOCEPHALUS, so I decided to have ivory white to color for them. So here's the EUOPLOCEPHALUS with the finished painting and some details already placed on the eye part. It's almost end of the video, so let's have some last looks. EUOPLOCEPHALUS was an ankylosaurid dinosaur from the late Cretaceous of North America. This dinosaur weighed around 3 tons and had a width of 2 meters and was around 5.5 meters long. EUOPLOCEPHALUS was equipped with fused bone plates on its back that acted as body armor, as well as a pair of horns that protruded from the back of the neck. For defense, EUOPLOCEPHALUS was actually armed with a foot-wide tail club that could swung like a medieval pail and had the ability to break bone. In addition, EUOPLOCEPHALUS supported a pair of armored eyelids, such as that of the Ankylosaurus. In the Jurassic Park novel, EUOPLOCEPHALUS was successfully created by InGen and Allosaur now for Jurassic Park on Isla Nublar. It is assumed that they lived in the Triceratops territory with the Triceratops and possibly Styracosaurus. By August 16, 1989, there were 16 EUOPLOCEPHALUS living in the park, but as of now, it is unknown if there were any populations that survive on Isla Sorna. And that's about all the time that we have for EUOPLOCEPHALUS. Moira here is just luring this cute creature towards its enclosure. But now it is time for us to announce the winners of the Guess This PC contest. I did add several more winners because of the overwhelming response from you guys. So here they are, the lucky pick. Brandon Cruz, Colton Barsness, Blossom Spec Hogger, Gingy Nation, and Inga W. Now it's time for the first top 10 who guessed it right. The Acro 24, 10. Bizarre Mars, top 9. Meme 8. Station 17. Top 6. Jaras. Top 5. Top 4. Son Delta. Top 3. Sunny Lee. Top 2. Nisiasi Irawe. Top 1. And Jujeka 01. Congratulations everyone! And I'll see you on the next Guess This PC contest. And that ends the video. I can't thank you enough everyone for all the support. Please also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and here in YouTube. And as we always would say, let your inner dino break roar!